Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Wednesday, the 20th of August. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some what I'm learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at chartingthemarkets.substack.com and is published on YouTube after a delay of 24 hours. All right, great. Let's have a look at ES. Now, ES, we saw... I was hoping that we were going to see a direct retest of the high. We didn't see that. NQ, basically the beautiful bull flag channel, just broke down. RTY may have turned into a larger bull flag channel. We're seeing a bit of a rally so far today, but we could be on the way down now, but I wouldn't. There are some indications we might see a retest of the high, but what we're not seeing today, although we had plenty of opportunity to form them, is buy signals. We don't have anything on the ES, we don't have anything on NQ, we don't have anything on RTY, we don't have anything on YM. Of course, hasn't quite reached the possible near miss target yet. We didn't have any positive divergences really. And that doesn't mean we're not going to see a bit of a rally. It doesn't rule out a possible high retest, which means we're not seeing a lot of support for a move up. We do have a couple of promising patterns. RTY is suggesting a retest of the high. DAX, this looks like a possible bull flag. And ESTX, I was expecting to retest the June high, and that happened yesterday. So that is now in the rearview mirror. So in two minds about that. Let's have a look at the 60-minute charts. Now here, of course, SPX, this isn't the support trend line because actually we had an original rising wedge that was nice and broke down, and we're still, because we haven't reached the resistance trend line, we're still on that one. So this is already likely in a topping process. In terms of the hourly signals, we had an RSI 14 sell signal fixed on SPX, and that's now reached possible near miss target. The RSI 51 made target 2. Qs, we didn't have any sell signals here, but obviously we set up the new rising support trend line because we did reach the resistance trend line, and that has now broken. And actually on the bigger picture, this is the only one which is now testing the daily middle band and actually closed on it yesterday. Looking at Dia, we had an RSI 14 and RSI 5 sell signal fixed as well. The RSI 5 sell signal has reached possible near miss target. RSI 14 not so much, and we are not close to the new rising support trend line because of course that reached its trend line as well. IWM didn't quite reach it, so here of course we're still in a pretty decent rising wedge which has already broken down and basically back tested. We've got nice topping patterns here. Possible asymmetric double top or head and shoulder part formed head and shoulders on SPX. We've got the same on IWM. Pretty nice. We've got a very nice looking double top on Dia, and on Qs this looks like a part formed head and shoulders. Could just as a stretch maybe be an asymmetric double top. But we've got nice topping patterns across the board here. What we're going to need here, maybe after a retest, maybe not, is some more downward pressure. And actually, for that, it's promising that we haven't seen any positive divergence on the hourly charts. We may get some of that today. We will see. But this is not an unpromising setup to go down. If we do go down, where are the levels to watch? Well, on ES, obviously the daily middle band is at 6406. The low yesterday was at 6419. We got pretty close to it, not a full retest. But really, we need to start seeing some daily middle bands breaking again. This tends to be the key short-term support, but if these topping patterns are going to continue forming and then play out, sooner or later, we're going to need to get back under those daily middle bands. Got pretty close to it yesterday. Qs, we closed on it, very slightly below it, but not significantly. I would call that, 569. It closed at 56928 against middle band closing at 56949. I'm counting that as a close on the band, but we did break below the rising support, as I mentioned. On Dia, we've got a very nice looking double top set up here, and we did make a new all-time high. We've got no unfinished business there. In terms of sell signals, one of the things I wanted to see from a retest of the high was obviously some RSI 5 sell signals. It's too late for that on SPX because we weren't significantly below the 50 level. Anything below, really, I'd generally just strike that off as an option. Qs did the same. Actually, it's almost reached the 30 level on the RSI 5. Dire, we could still do that, but that was a weaker one because it was a less strong high over the 70 level, and IWM, we could still do that. But really, what we would need to see now, if we're going to start seeing a decent retracement forming, is pretty soon we're going to need to break below the daily middle bands. So those are the areas I'm watching. Looking at IWM, IWM, hang on. Right, IWM on the daily chart, we've got that at 223.32. We got slightly over halfway back to it, but we haven't seen a full test yet. We will see how it goes. On looking at DAX, almost made a retest of the high, but not quite made it. Still leaning towards seeing that. And Nikkei is just jiffily going up at the moment. We do have negative divergence, however, on the daily RSI 5 and the daily RSI 14 now, so we do have potential sell signals there. All right, great. Let's have a look at DX. DX is actually showing some life to the upside. It may be that we're not going to make this target down here in the 96.85 area, but I'm still leaning towards, well, on the bigger picture charts, it is looking as though we might come back and retest this low. So watching out for that. We're not really seeing, we're still getting mixed signals on the currency pairs. ZB, this isn't a mixed signal. This is a bull flag. No, not all bull flags broke up. That was a lovely bull flag channel on NQ that broke down yesterday. But there's a pretty good chance it is going to break up. This is a possible IHS forming, wondering about a pullback here, maybe get back to the monthly pivot and then move up and get us back to the flag resistance, which I've got currently at about the 115.27 area. Looking at the yen, have we got a nice looking bull flag megaphone here? Yeah, we do actually. So again, I'm leaning towards this delivering a retest of this high. Looking at CL, I am wondering about a possible IHS forming here. Wouldn't be a bad one, actually. I was talking about it on the bigger picture webinar this morning. So I'm wondering about a bit of a rally here. HO, I'm again wondering about a bit of a rally. We did make target there, but RBOB is the odd one out because we didn't make this flag target at a retest this low. It's not that far below, but it is significantly below. I've got that in about the 1.87 area or 8675 area, and obviously that would need a bit of a move to get there. But it doesn't need to make that now. This is something where we could see a rally and come back and get that later. NG, nice looking falling wedge. It has broken up. We've then retested the low. We've got a potential level bottom here. Now, we're not moving, we are going to be moving into a bullish seasonal period in the not too distant future. 4 weeks, maximum 6, and then we're going to be looking at moving into a period where the seasonal breaks on the futures are basically saying that we're likely to rise $1.40, so basically 50% current levels over the 4 months into Christmas. I tend to respect things like that. So if we are going to do any damage to the downside, that would be soon, but at the moment, this is looking like a rally forming. And if we see a little retest this low here, that'll give us a 60-minute buy signal as well. But we haven't got that yet. GC, we went a little lower here, and actually we've now got a nice looking falling wedge, which is starting to break up. I'm thinking we could be starting a rally here, wondering about seeing a test of the this possible little IHS neckline at about 3425 area. SI, now down below the monthly pivot, trying to break up above it. Is this a bull flag? It's a little large for a bull flag now. So I would say probably not. Doesn't mean it can't go up though. We will see. Palladium, nice looking falling wedge again. We made the head and shoulder target here. This hasn't broken up yet, but looks as though, well, it had broken up yesterday, but we made it back to the support trend line. So I redrew the resistance trend line. If it breaks up again, then it's just going to be a stronger falling wedge breaking up and leaning towards a rally. Platinum though, platinum, of course, we've got a pretty decent looking flag setup here. Now this could evolve into a larger flag setup and make a higher high, maybe up in about the 1390 area. But ultimately, I'm expecting a move down here to retest this low at about the 1270 area. HG, again, we got a bull flag. Again, this could be evolving into a larger flag. This was a very, very, very tight flag channel. But one way or another, I'm expecting to see a retest of this low here. And it's not a great distance below. But, I'm expecting to see that in the not too distant future. We've got a possible 6-minute buy signal brewing here, and that may well fix today and deliver a bit of a rally. All right, looking at KC, we have made more progress towards the target. That's in the 370 area. We've still got a possible 6-minute sell signal brewing on sugar. Sugar, I'm starting to take this IHS seriously, actually, because we had an IHS here and that got too long on the side and I dismissed it. But we have a possible second IHS forming here, and if we were to see a move up and a sustained break up over this resistance here at about the 17.07 area, then this could take us a considerable distance higher. I'm watching that carefully. It's looking promising. CC, we've broken up with a target in the 89.50 area. This looks like a bull flag forming. I'm expecting this to resume and make that target on CT. CT, we've got a double bottom that's broken up with a target in about the 69.1 to 69.60 area. Again, this looks like a bullish consolidation. I'm expecting to see at least a retest this high, and then very possibly progression onto those double bottom targets. Lumber, this looks as though there's a rally starting. We've got a possible 60-minute buy signal brewing. That's close to trying to fix at the moment. We've got a nice looking falling wedge. I think this is overdue a rally. Although bigger picture, I'm still expecting this to be a counter trend rally, and this to just get a better entry to go short again. All right, ZW. ZW, wondering about this declining resistance trend line here. I've got a weak 6-minute buy signal fix, hasn't made target yet on corn. Corn, 6-minute sell signals fix, hasn't made target yet either. Looks like a little bull flag forming at the moment. On soy, this could be a bull flag or triangle forming. I'm expecting to see a retest of this high. It's strongly implied by this setup, but wouldn't necessarily have to happen. Here we had a little double bottom yesterday, and that was actually this double bottom. We've gone a little lower since, so we've got a possible alternate double bottom here. Neither of these needs to be a double bottom, but I have to say all of the grains are looking as though they're kind of overdue a rally, and we do have a possible 60-minute buy signal brewing now. Live cattle owed a retest of this high here in my view, and we haven't quite made that yet, so I'm thinking we'll see that probably today or tomorrow. And lean hogs, this is either a flag that's broken down or a slightly larger flag which hasn't broken down yet. But either way, I think this is likely to be resolving down into a retest of this low here. All right, great. Let's have a look at questions. George, I haven't sent it to you yet. I will get it out this weekend. So I love technical analysis. I hate paperwork. It's just me being slow with that. But don't worry. I mean, you're not being charged for. I'm not sending it out, so I wouldn't worry about it. But it will be out soon. It's going to be realistically going to be the 1st of September. So I will have it out. All right, no worries. In that case, I think that's it. So that's a wrap. Everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning.